Hey everybody, it's Cody, Dixieland RC, back at you again with a new product. So this is the Hobbywing AXE550 can setup. This is a 2700 kV variant. I also have a 3300, but this one this one was purchased by somebody and he's nice enough to let me open it. So what we're going to do is going to go over what it is, what's new, the sizes, what it'll fit, what it won't fit. And we're also going to go over sizes, actual legitimate with the caliper sizes. So we're going to actually do some measuring. So we'll move this out the way real quick. These are the boxes. Of course, it's a normal AXE box. Comes with a nice black Hobbywing box, and you get an individual box for both the speed controller and the motor. We'll go over the speed controller first because it's the easiest thing to go over. It is not changed as far as footprint goes. It is fine as far as the length and the width. It's still square, it's still the same. The difference in this one than the old one is, of course, it has new firmware in it. It's supposed to help with, there's supposed to be some punch help and a bunch of other things like that. Lots of things that the 540 lacked. Also, the 540s will be able to have this firmware coming, I think, in about a week, 2 weeks, give or take a little bit. You'll see it. There'll be a software update for it. Now, the difference in this one and the old one, of course, firmware, that's one. Two, it now comes with a fan. And it does come bolted to it from the factory. So it will be installed. It comes with these nice little red spacers to go in between it. So it actually gives you a little bit of space in between the heat sinks and the fan itself. Of course, you don't have to run this if you don't want to. It's a 6-volt fan. So if you're running high power, you want to watch out on that. As far as that goes, of course, just the same as every other one. Super long receiver, kind of short sensor wire, super long battery wire with the XT60 connector on it. Just the same as Hobbywing. I think they're XT60 on pretty much everything they have. So there's that. So I'm going to move this out the way. Now, this is what everybody wants to see anyway. So everybody was complaining about the 540 lacking power at times. I kind of like mine. It was a good Unimog, but that's beside the point. No big deal. And they listened, so they decided to release a 550 can, and this thing is massive. It is a big boy. 5mm shaft on it, which means it's probably packing some power inside of it. Of course, I'm not going to take this thing apart. I am not going to do that. So, of course, you still get 6 mounting points. So you can turn this however you want it for your wires. Of course, they do give you crazy long wires to pretty much put it wherever you want it and however you want to do it. It is also supplied with a 12-tooth pinion, 32 pitch gear. Comes, 5mm shaft. Not everybody has these because most of all of our other motors are, 3mm shafts. So they were nice enough to include that, which is great. That's good. 12 is a little on the small side for most applications. I run a 15 in the TRX, which 12 would probably be a little bit better, to be honest with you. So, it's one of those things. I think 12 will work. So, we'll see. All right, so now I'm going to do side-by-side comparison. This is a 45-turn 550 can from Holmes, a Trailmaster Sport. And it is about the same around. The biggest answer to it is, so from flat end to this end, it is just a hair longer than this is straight. So if we take our mic, of course this is old school mic here. My dad gave me this a long time ago. So if we get on there, it is 64 millimeters from the bell that sits flat into the transmission to the endpoint of the connector for the terminal. Now this is straight, it's not curved. You can curve these and gain a little bit of space as far as that goes. So 64 millimeters for a stock one. This one is from face to rear is going to be 66, probably a little bit more than 66 millimeters. So probably like 66.2-ish millimeters. It is a little bit bigger. Keep that in mind in whatever it is you're putting it in. So I don't think roundness of this thing is going to be, I almost said circle. Roundness of this thing is going to be an issue for anybody, but it is 36 millimeters around. A stock or a Trailmaster motor is 36 as well. So it's pretty much about the same as far as that goes. But this thing is big. It's big and it's heavy too. It's got some weight. Hang on. All right, so I went and got my scale. You can't really see it. Let's see. So we'll weigh a Trailmaster motor. It is 7.5 ounces. You can almost see that. Let me see if I can tilt this thing so you can see it. Yeah, so 7.5 millimeter, or 7.5 millimeters, 7.5 ounces. So that's a Trailmaster motor. Now, of course, you know this thing's going to weigh a little bit more because of all the stuff that's involved with it. It's 9.8 ounces. And when you include that, and of course the ESC, it's got some weight on it as well. Let's see what that'll do. Yeah, you figure 14 ounces is what you're putting on your truck there. So you knew that thing was going to be heavy anyway. All right, so probably what you guys want to see is it actually, I'm not going to mount this into any truck. He has given me permission to do that, and he's actually given me permission to run it, but I'm not going to do that. So we'll pull the old trusty TRX4 out. It's going to be hard to do this because it is a little bit longer than the Trailmaster that's in there. So you kind of get the idea of the length. And of course, that does not even remotely show, you know. So if it's just a hair longer than the terminals that's in there, you're going to have to worry about that brace that's back there, which of course I have the Bauhaus brace, the servo mount. It may be, Jason told me from Asia Tees, he said it's really, really tight in the TRX, which means it's fitting very, very, very tight in there. The next thing we'll look at is the Unimog. Now, the Unimog has the 10.2 kit transmission in it, which is fine. This is going to be no problem. There is plenty of space in here for this to sit. You know, you'll have plenty of room to go. And I looked at, I've got a 10.2 based rig that has the 3-gear trans in it. It is not going to fit, period. It just will not work. It's gonna, well, no, I take that back. It'll work if you do, say if you put a Bauhaus battery tray in it, it should work because it takes away that section of, for the, what am I trying to say? The servo winch. It takes, if you take that away, it will fit. You'll have to do a little bit of modding to the battery tray in that area there if you wanted to fit this in there. So there's your answer. I don't have any other trucks to see if it'll fit. It will fit a BRX01 because a 550 will fit in it. It's really tight, but it should work. Maybe needs a little bit of work to get it there, but it should work. I don't have any other trucks to try. I really only have Axial and Traxxas in the BRX01. I've got some old AX10s, but that's still an Axial truck, so I don't have any. Oh, Gen 7, it'll fit a Gen 7. It should fit a Gen 8 fine. Don't know about TF2s. There's probably no need to have that in a TF2, to be honest with you. So, so there it is. So this is the 2700, 500, or 550 can AXE brushless setup from Hobbywing. So I have a 3300 in stock, guys. It's $230 shipped. I've only got one. I didn't have a chance to buy any more than that, and nobody really ordered one except for this guy. He ordered a 2700. So if you want one, order it up. I think it'll be great in like a big bouncer, like it may not fit in a Wraith because of the way the cage is set up in the bottom there. Probably could make it work if you wanted to. A bomber would probably be pretty cool. If you got a custom build and you want some power, that 3300 is probably going to be it. So buy it. Go to the store and buy it from me so I can buy some more for you. So thanks for watching, everybody. Appreciate it. It means a lot. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time, and see y'all later.